card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robin show,
here comes another mask mandate.
You're joking.
No.
Are you serious?
Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
And good morning, Art. How are you? The markets are mixed, so it's not a real bad deal. Dow Jones Industrial Average is ahead by 231 points, putting it at 35,142. And the NASDAQ is down by 137, putting it at 13,482. And both of them don't really have a lot of volume to talk about today. It's just kind of moderate volume, and they're bobbling along. Well, my ticker tip for today is sometimes at this time of year, especially since folks just got finished with taxes, they will start looking at their investments. And one of the things that they hopefully will peek at would be their 401k or retirement plans. Generally, those are invested in mutual funds. And one big mistake I see people making is choosing which funds they want to put their money into based on what the performance was during the last quarter or the last year or the last whatever it is, and picking the best. That may sound like a good idea, but you're not really doing what you should be, because what you're trying to do is prepare your investments for the future. So you want to take a look at what's going on in the world, how it might impact the various types of investments, various styles, look at what is available to you. And then once you've decided what your weightings should be as far as style, sector, large cap, small cap, international, whatever your criteria is, then look into each of those sectors, determine which the best choice is, and then set your balance up or rebalance. But starting with what was the volume last quarter, or what was the return last quarter, that is kind of I don't want to call it a sure way for disappointment, but I will call it a relatively sure way for disappointment. You give us a call right here at Baird & Company, where the telephone number is in Saginaw, 989-790-5724. You can reach the Midland location at 989-839-9035, or find us on the web at rwbaird.com, and then look for whichever branch or rep that you're looking for. Saginaw, Midland, you can find us. Sounds great. I'll be here. Bye.
For the best garage doors, service and more, call the Delta Door Doctor. He knows doors.
It's springtime. The temperature goes up. The temperature goes down. Just like your garage door, right? It doesn't. Sounds like you need the door doctor. Call Delta Door today. It might just need a little tune-up. Or maybe it's time for a new door or opener. Since 1939, they've been fixing garage doors. Probably your parents. Maybe even your grandparents. Homeowners have learned to depend on the door doctor for the right prescription every time. If you've been thinking about a new garage door, think no more. Remember, in their more than 8 decades, they've seen it all. The Delta Door Doctor. He makes calls even where you live.
For the best garage doors, service and more, call the Delta Door Doctor. Delta Door.
Delta Door, 2835 Universal Drive, Saginaw.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. That's 800-401-6681.
Hey guys, there is some important news that all men should take very seriously. Your prostate health. Are you urinating more frequently? Are you waking up at night to urinate? Are you sick and tired of prostate pills that just don't work? Sound familiar? If you are one of the millions of men with prostate problems that are driving you nuts, there is some great news. Prosthogenics is the all-natural product that beat over 157 other prostate supplements in lab tests and was rated the #1 most powerful prostate supplement in the world. #1, because it works. So why not try some Prosthogenics, and your prostate troubles will be a thing of the past. You'll get a great night's sleep and stop waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. To get your free bottle of Prosthogenics, call now, 800-600-2020. That's 1-800-600-2020. Take advantage of our 90-day money-back guarantee. Call 800-600-2020. Do it now.
Wind up the 1-2, swing the line drive, leaping grab by Scope and right, perfectly positioned.
The Tigers play tonight at 6:20 on 790 News Radio WSGW. Now, the only locally produced farm radio show with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
Well, I don't get a chance to say this very often, but a sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Yeah, we're having a good day right now. We are at 42 degrees at the airport, 42 here at Radio Center. Downtown Midland is mostly sunny, 45. Same thing with downtown Bay City. They're looking at 44 degrees. We have a southeast breeze around 7 miles per hour. Unfortunately, the barometer is dropping a little bit, currently 30.34. As we go through the afternoon, the high pressure that's influencing our weather right now is going to be moving off to the east, the southeast of us. And a low pressure system, which is currently over the Red River Valley. That's one of them. The other is a low pressure system over Kansas. The two are going to be pushing a front through the state as we move through the nighttime hours tonight and the early morning hours tomorrow morning. And as a result, we are going to get some rain shower activity out of it. As I said, low pressure system over the Red River Valley. That's North, South Dakota, Minnesota, where those three states meet. That's called the Red River Valley. And right now it's raining and it's snowing in that part of the country. There is some cloud cover right now moving into its thin clouds on the west side of the state. Temperatures a little bit warmer over there too. The high temperature all across the state right now is in Muskegon. They're looking at 49 degrees. We're also looking at some upper 40s over a good part of the west side of the state of Michigan. Lansing is reporting 46. Detroit is currently at 46. And Port Huron right now, a little bit cooler. Port Hope is right now reporting an east wind at 12. And it is 36 degrees over there. Then you move into northern Michigan, and we're looking at some upper 30s and low 40s till you get into the Upper Peninsula. And then it's basically middle 30s through many of the reporting stations there. None of this is helping our soil temperatures right now. We're currently statewide average of soil temperatures in the major crop production areas of the state. We're looking at soil temperatures of right around 40 degrees, give or take a degree or two, which is pretty chilly. We alluded to it yesterday. We talked a little bit more about it as we went through the show, that being the crop progress report, which indicated that obviously everything is quite a bit behind what we were looking at last year. And in the case of the sugar beets, that was the one that really jumped out at us, because last year we had close to 2/3, it was right around 60% of the beets planted in the ground by right now. By comparison, we might have a couple of fields here and there. For the most part, the crop progress report is saying nothing in the way of planted sugar beets so far. The 5-year average is right around 20%. So obviously last year was way ahead as far as planting goes. But to put everything in proper perspective, we did have the opportunity to do a 20-year average of what we saw over the last few years, which were way above average as far as folks being able to get on the ground, you being able to do some lawn work, whatever the case may be. We were way above average over the last 5 years compared to the 20-year average, which puts us right about where we're at right now. So interestingly enough, we're not that far out of kilter when it comes to the years past. What we remember, obviously, is what happened last year and maybe the year before, but our memory gets a little foggy after that. So even when you take a look at the fruit industry, for the most part is quite pleased with the way things are going this year by comparison to what happened over the past couple of years, and specifically last year. The fruit industry in Michigan was really hard hit, especially the cherries, the tart cherries, and we did see the apples. Some of the varieties of apples got hit quite bad. But this year, there doesn't appear to be any winter damage, they say, to fruit buds. However, the drought of the summer of 2021 caused damage in the fields without supplemental irrigation. That's according to the crop progress report. But hopefully, we're going to have a little bit better crop, not only with the crops, the corns, the soybeans, that sort of the wheat, that sort of thing, but also the fruit industry. We need a little bit of a recovery there. Average high for this time of the year is 58. The normal low is 38. A year ago, we were at 41 for a high and 29 for a low. So yeah, we had our chilly days a year ago as well. But by and large, last year was very warm as we move through the spring. We're looking for high temperature about 8 degrees below average. 50 is our projected high. The reason why is the clouds are going to be moving in as we go into the afternoon hours. And then late tonight, more than likely after sunset tonight, the shower activity is going to move in, I think, a little bit closer to midnight, maybe 10, 11 o'clock, going through the nighttime hours. There is a very good chance of seeing measurable amount of precipitation tonight up until about 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. All that activity, the heavier part of it, will be after midnight until about 7 o'clock. 48 is our low, so we're not going to drop off all that much. Tomorrow, 62 for a high. The reason for that is as we go through the day tomorrow, the chances of sunshine are really going to increase dramatically. But we'll start off on the cloudy side. We'll have a west breeze. It'll be a little breezy, 15 to 20 miles per hour tomorrow. 36 is going to be our low tomorrow night. Then on Friday, not quite as warm. We'll start off with sun, but once again, the clouds are going to be moving in as we go into the afternoon, and there will be a chance of some showers around, as a low pressure system will be advancing, heading toward us. But that low is going to be heading a little bit further to the north, so it is going to draft some much warmer air. 57 is our high for Friday, 44 our low on Friday night. Then on Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be in the 70s both days with chances of precipitation. I think the best chance on Saturday more than likely will be later in the day in the evening. Sunday, we're going to start off with the chance of some shower activity, but that should taper off. Then Monday, about 52, 53 degrees, and we'll be running below average on our temperatures next week. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Cody Harris standing by. We'll get a look at the markets with him in a moment. But before we do that, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Risk management, that's what it's all about, Mr. Farmer. You all know the word risk management and how it protects you against the bad things and takes advantage of the good things. But the most important thing is deal with somebody who understands risk management and can help you. The Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency will do just that. They're licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. Their agents can be reached directly on their cell for questions or emergencies, or you can get a hold of them in the office. It's in Reese, 989-868-4722. Cody Harris, good morning. How are you?
We're doing well this morning, Terry. How about yourself?
Hey, not too bad. The markets, we showing any positive move right now?
Yeah, we got corn and soys right now. They're in the green. They're positive here this morning. Looks like wheat right now is kind of taking on the chin here as they're kind of the big mover in the other direction. Looking at everything the way it sits right now, Terry. We got cash wheat. That's down 20, 10.34 on the white, 9.84 on the red. New crop wheat is down 22, 10.47 on the white, 9.97 on the red. Then looking over at corn, cash corn is up 5 at 7.44. New crop corn is down 3 at 6.89. Then looking over at soybeans, cash soybeans are up 14 at 16.66, and new crop soybeans are up 1 at 14.57.
So not a real big move on some of these commodities, but one thing that I noticed was the wheat. What's going on?
Well, I know looking at wheat, weather in the northern plains and the southern plains is definitely remaining the focus right now for wheat. And, kind of traders right now, they're definitely watching Montana and North Dakota. They're still reeling from that last week's blizzard and trying to figure out what that's, we kind of a little run up last week on that news. A little pressure's probably been taken off as we're trying to figure out how that's affecting that wheat crop out there. Then in addition to that, the southern plains, there's a slightly better chance for some moisture this week, which is greatly needed. They've been in a big drought as far as that crop's coming along. Some spring wheat planting, of course, is what the market's watching. So kind of weather is kind of across the board is what's really going on, especially in the wheat market. But, of course, the Russia-Ukraine conflict continues to be a major underlying bullish factor as we look at it, but, kind of diving into some numbers and looking at some wires here this morning, there's a huge premium right now as far as the price of U.S. hard red wheat is compared to, the European Union and Argentina hard red wheat. It's a huge difference between our price and their price right now. And that's kind of taken us out of that equation, which we might be seeing some softness here today as maybe some of the demand has fallen as our prices have kind of been sustaining itself throughout the last kind of month and a half.
Yeah, that dry weather in the central part of the country, I don't really see any long-term recovery when it comes to the drought conditions. It looks as though the weather forecasts are for continued pretty dry weather there.
Oh, yeah. And like I said, even though, in the southern plains, they might be getting some moisture in here in the next week or so, it's definitely not widespread and definitely not what we call a drought buster anyways. So that's kind of definitely a concern here, which is why you're kind of seeing these wheat prices be sustained right now, kind of at the levels that they are, in addition to that, that weather and that Russia-Ukraine conflict. So I know we got a lot of time before wheat is harvested, but, as we kind of, the clock is ticking, from now until I would say probably that early July or middle of June timeframe when we're definitely putting those bushels in the bin. So that's kind of what everyone's looking at right now.
Cody, you have a great day. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet. A little bit more as far as what the markets are doing. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining me. The market report brought to you by Schaefer and Beerline. It's spring Ram commercial truck season going on at Schaefer and Beerline, the Great Lakes Bay Area's certified ag dealer. They know trucks and vans, so you can buy with confidence. They've been around since 1852. Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth. And by Thumb Bank, serving the needs of farmers for well over 125 years, 2 locations in Bay City. Also, Cassidy, Casewell, Pigeon, and Bad Axe. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. Doug Klein, here we go.
Well, here's your news. The 23 contracts all hit new highs today. So September corn, July wheat, and July's wheat, and November 23 soybeans all hit new highs overnight. So there's no real sellers in that market because most of the farmers go, I don't know that I can take that risk. And the traders, the big billionaires, are like, hey, nobody's selling. Let's do this thing. And so there's a lot of uncertainty there. So we'll see what happens on that one. But on the bright side, crude oil is not up today. Natural gas is back down to $7. So that's down about $1.40 from 2 days ago. So that's a wild one. The dollar did not hit a new high today, so that's good. And Netflix is $225 a share, down from $700 6 months ago or so. So there's a little risk there too. And so that's got the NASDAQ in pretty rough shape today too. Here's your numbers. The May corn is 809 1/4, up 5 1/4. December corn is 744 1/4, down 2 3/4. And September of 23 corn is 692, down 2 1/2. The May soybeans 1729 3/4, up 13 1/4. November soybeans 1521, up 1/2 penny. And November of 23 soybeans 1425, up 4 1/2. May wheat is 1075 1/2, down 23 1/2. December wheat is 1078 1/4, down 21 3/4. And July of 23 wheat is 1037 1/4, down 1 1/2. Crude oil 101.94, down 11 cents. Heating oil is 360.48, down up 2 3/4 cents. Gasoline is 321.88, that's down a penny. Natural gas is 701 1/2, down 33 3/4 cents. Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar gets you 124.76 at the border. That's down 2 ticks. The yen is at 127.79. That is down 110 ticks. The euro is at 108.54. That's up 68 ticks. The dollar is at 100.31. That's down 65 ticks. Gold is at 1953.70, down $5.30. Silver's at 25.27, down 21 cents. And platinum is at 980.30. That's down $6.80.
Thanks a lot, Doug. Have a good one.
Yep, good luck.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Jerry Samolsky joins us in a moment. Experience the most reliable RTK signal from PC Ag Solutions, compatible with most GPS receivers. Trade in your old radio or modem and get an affordable subscription through us. We have over 25 base station locations across the Lower Peninsula, and we're always looking to add more to our network. Discover more power, more accuracy, and more coverage with our 450 megahertz signal. Call us to learn more today. PC Ag Solutions, 989-868-4444.
Looking for a career where every day is different? Got a knack for working on farm equipment? We're looking to grow our team. Hudson Inc., your local John Deere dealer, is responsible for keeping farmers of America running. Honest, dependable, and self-reliant mechanical technicians is who we are looking for. Hudson provides continuing education, tool allowances, and benefits. If you're interested in becoming a part of the Hudson team, go online and search Hudson Inc. Careers for more information.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Ed Raymond and Sons Quality Clothing and Shoes since 1919. Carhartt's, Red Wing Shoes and Boots, Stormy Cromer. It's all available right now at Ed Raymond's, 151 West Broad Street in Chesaning. They're open 7 days. Jerry Samolsky, beautiful day today to get out. What should we be doing right now?
Yeah, Terry, looking at growing degree days, we are at base 32, half of the accumulated heat that we had last year. So people wanting to get out and get that pre-emergent crabgrass control on, it's still way too early. Even though the calendar says it should be down, it's too early. So let's hold on that. And even if you're just going to plain fertilize, grass has plenty of power to green itself up, and all those carbohydrates stored all winter long are getting out and are being spent, and the grass is growing. It doesn't need it now. So hang on a little bit, slow down on that turf fertilizing, and wait for maybe a couple weeks, and then get out and put it on. Will do you a little bit more good. It's always good when you spend $1 and you get $1 value. Not so good when you spend $1 and get 20 cents.
Yeah,
So
have
wait
a little
bit, you'll get a better.
Have
return.
a little patience.
There you go.
Jerry, thanks. You take care. All right.
Yep.
Along with me right now, Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Craig, we got a lot to talk about. What should we start with right now?
Well, Terry, we're all, I'm sure, tired of hearing about the inflation and increased costs and everything. It's looking like, a year ago we thought they wouldn't hang around for long, but now we're going into year 2 of it. And if you haven't reviewed your policy for the values on your homes and your shops and your barns, you really need to do that. Some of those policies out there, those numbers, the insurance value does not change automatically. Some policies do, some don't. It's important to know what you have, because if you have one of those policies where those building values are not adjusting for inflation, they're probably underinsured. And even if they are adjusting for inflation, there's a good chance they're still underinsured given the market we're in today.
Yeah, and that's one thing you don't want to be hit with. Again, when it happens, it's way too late to be checking on this.
Exactly. One customer told me recently that they'd be okay if they were maybe $5,000 short, but if they're $50,000 short, that's going to put them in a financial bind, and you buy insurance to avoid those financial binds.
Yep, that's the ouch factor right there. Craig, thanks a lot. You take care. Have a great day, okay?
Thanks, Terry. You too.
You bet. Craig Voorhees.
How do you make the most of your land? Everyone has their way, and if you ask the Mosers what they use their John Deere Gator TM XUV 590M for, they'd tell you,
just ripping around the property.
We try to cram a lot of work into each day.
We use the Gator to get around
and check on the crops.
And with a 900-pound payload capacity and a 1,500-pound towing capacity, they have the power to move on to what's next.
We're always switching gears.
But it's not just about strength. It's also about speed that lets them
cross the fields faster than my pickup.
So they know they can count on their Gator TM to help them make quick work of long drives between jobs. And with that high-end top speed, 32 horsepower, and an enhanced dash that helps keep your eyes on the road, those drives have never been as fun. And as Eric Moser would say,
can't be all work and no play.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere TM. Contact one of Tri-County Equipment's 11 locations in Bad Axe, Birch Run, Burton, Caro, Fenton, Lapeer, Marlette, Reese, Rochester Hills, Saginaw, or Sandusky, or visit tricountyequipment.com.
A good grower always knows the forecast, and with interest rates forecasted to rise in the near future, there's never been a better time to lock in a historically low rate on a new irrigation system at your local Zematic dealer. For a limited time, get an additional 1% interest rate discount on already low financing and the earliest delivery dates in the industry, so your new Zematic pivot is ready to roll this spring. Terms and conditions apply. See your local dealer or visit lindsay.com/spring sale for full details.
Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. Back at 12:30, now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSG